Yo, Pithead here, back again. I'm making this the same video in the same day, but I'm gonna post it tomorrow, which is today. I forgot to cover a few specific things. So our US dollar is a foreign currency, but it is also the reserve currency for the world. So I can go to the Philippines and I can actually purchase things and I can get more for less of my US dollars. Boom. So I'm actually profitable, way more profitable over there than I am over here because my money is worth more over there. So what happens when you create a new reserve currency is actually XRP will surpass US dollars, but it doesn't mean that we make US dollars obsolete, right? Your soda will still be $1 in US dollars. The only thing that happened was XRP surpassed it in the amount of reserves that went into it. So it naturally became the digital reserve currency for the world. And those who were invested in it early are like the people of the United States. They can go to the Philippines and buy something for less, get more for less. So now all of a sudden, everybody in XRP is basically saying, these financial institutions and banks and everything are the country that we're from, and because we're from that country, we have more money than anybody else because that country owns XRP. And XRP is the new world reserve currency, and it's valued this much more than US dollars and every other currency. And that is a lot of power. And that is huge. And that's why they don't want people to know about this. That's why not everybody can know about this, is because it is actually it's insane. It's crazy. And they don't have to get rid of the dollar. They don't. They just have to make this the reserve currency by backing it themselves, by being a foreign currency themselves. I mean, so if they're backing it already with themselves, it's automatically has a country backing it, and the whole world being together in on it is like a one world country backing it. We all remain with our separate countries, separate individualities, separate US dollars from the Chinese and everything. But during that same time of things, we had an asset class since the 1600s called cryptocurrency finally be utilized and put to work in our financial system, into fintech, financial technology. So, and Ripple is actually in the top 250 financial technology companies. So what happens when that happens is we're looking at a currency that barely anybody was involved in except for the specific country, which is the whole world. Those exchanges and those internet, the banks and all that, the governments, all of them are going to back it. It's a one world currency. And, you hear about this whole new world order stuff, all this one world government, one world currency. We're really heading for it. And I really do think that they don't even need to get rid of the US dollars to make it a one world currency. It's going to become a one world currency because XRP is going to go so diabolical that, yeah, all your stuff remains the same, but I can buy so much more with my XRP that was $100 worth of US dollars back then. Now I can buy like anything I want. Like I'm a rich person because I invested in a country before it took off. We're investing in a foreign country, like the United States. Imagine if you invested in the United States before anybody got to it. Well, we're creating another country in the digital space, and we're backing it with 194 countries, financial institutions, banks, and networks, and cross-border exchanges. I mean, this is massive. This is beyond massive. This is revolutionary. This is a picture of the first asset class since the 1600s going to be being utilized. This is history right here. This is the next Bitcoin. If you actually look up on Apple, guess what? It's only available on Apple. Book. Isn't that crazy? Nobody even knows about it. It's insane. Oh, it's available on Amazon? No. Kobo. It's available on Kobo, so if you don't even have it, so you can get it on Kobo. That's So now we're looking at 11 pages available. I've read it. It's basically just goes over everything that you'd need to know about XRP and why it's better than Bitcoin. It's like quite literally getting into you're investing in a foreign a country. You're investing in something even better than the United States, because we're now investing in not just the United States, but in 194 total countries. That is massive, 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 massive. It's huge. So these guys are literally laying it down. How many people have purchased this book? Can you find out? I didn't know it was free, dude. I paid for it and it's right here. Oh, I reached the viewing limit. Okay, so you can actually read a little bit of it before you get into it. It's like $3. So I've already read it. It basically covers the skeleton of exactly what I've been talking about. I'm talking about the meat and potatoes of this object or this country that we're going to be investing in. That's in the digital space, but backed by every single country, every government. So made in 2019. Boom, boom. These guys are intelligent. They're so much smarter than we are. They have so much more money than we do. We're at a point in life and in time where our country's in so much debt that how do we pay it off? What do we do? Let's pretend that an asteroid came from the outside and it just hit planet Earth and a bunch of minerals went everywhere. And these guys went ahead and got it, like all the banks and financial institutions. And guess what? Now maybe it was like a $3, $4, $5 quadrillion worth of minerals. That means now there's that much more money on planet Earth. Who has it? Who would own that? And so it's as if a bunch of money came from outer space and smacked into planet Earth, and the only people to grab it were the people that had the tools necessary to go out and get it, not people like us. So we have the tools necessary to go out and get this. But if an asteroid hit the freaking planet and they went out and got it, I'm not going to be able to drive my car all the way to over there and get something, right? And get like a few $1 million worth of some minerals that have never been discovered before. So if you look at how they're treating it as if it were to be some sort of, let's think of another planet. If we were inhabiting another planet and it was the reserve currency for our world, right? And so we're treating this digital era as a planet, and we're backing it with all of our countries. I think I've just been repeating myself on that one. So look at this book. Get into the reserve currency stuff. Get to see what everything is, because it'll start coming clear to you what exactly is going on. Because we could definitely see everything going to zero, as in U.S. dollars and whatnot, or they keep it all pretty subtle, quiet, under the table, and they become quadrillionaire times quadrillionaires. And then, hey, you know what they could do with all that money, especially if they start saying only in XRP? They can easily go ahead and buy more land, more businesses, more companies, all the people who went and failed and didn't want to take a Ripple loan, or they can't do it, they can't make it because of the new era. Well, what do? They have more power, so they just go around buying everything. If they go around buying everything and they own everything, then who is growing this new world order? The very people that are backing our new digital reserve currency, our foreign currency. That is like, it's almost evil, because they're going to be taking all of our land, all of our houses, everything, and just buying everything up, giving out loans of Ripple, stuff like that. And if it does come down to that, you want to be prepared, because you want to keep your stuff. You want to make sure you have all your stuff. And there would be a lot of people who are going to suffer from something like this. And I really do think that they're going to try and avoid that suffer. I do think they're going to try and avoid the suffer. But cause and effect will always have it will always be there. So they can't necessarily say that it won't cause a problem, because they don't know. We've never done this before. This is the first asset class being utilized. This is the first asset class actually being utilized with multiple countries, with all the world, since the 1600s. So we don't know what's going to happen. We could create a bunch more money and have all the other money still here, or we could create a bunch more money and all this goes to zero. One or the other. But hey, you don't even have to worry about either of that if you're invested in the new world digital reserve currency that they're all going to be a part of. And we are literally talking about like drawing a picture and saying, this is the country, it's fake, it's in the air. You know what I mean? We're going to utilize it. And it's going to be decentralized from planet or Earth because it's on the internet, and we're just going to back it with our companies themselves. So they're just not going to, they don't need to sell. They're not traders. Traders trade the market. They're traders to the market. These people aren't traders to the market. They hold. They hold. Why is there a giant line? Oh, yeah, my bad. Thought I put it there. So this was actually a prediction I made, and this was actually forward. I just put it back so I could see clear. But I put this at about right here. And that was like an awesome prediction. Called the drop almost. It went a little bit lower, called it right off. And then these were kind of like the direction I see it heading. And then the potential downfall. Why is it not letting me zoom out? This is like the first time it's been so weird. And these are the potential outcomes that I see happening. Okay, I'm going to reload this page. This is getting annoying. There we go. Like, what was that? Or was am I just tripping or what? Okay, zoom out a little bit more. Okay, so these are potential outcomes, right? So we could see that spike. We could see that spike, and we could see a much sooner. This is how I see things could possibly play out, one way or the other, right? And so because you also have to include Bitcoin, and Bitcoin did kind of bottom out. Binance just bought like $2 billion worth of Bitcoin. We could definitely see this going up, maintain right there, and probably end up coming back down. That's XRP loves to come back down. That's XRP's motto. We love to come back down. Because they do. Anybody who's been watching and studying this knows that XRP loves to come back down. So if you're trading this, yeah, you know XRP loves to come right back down. For example, right here, you know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. It loves to come right back down. Yeah, so let me think. Did I cover everything that I wanted to? Well, yeah, also put it this way. If everybody bought gold, right? Let's say we were smart people. We're all really stupid as humans. We're all dumb. We should all be investing money in gold. Every single person on planet Earth should have been buying gold because we're helping each other by doing that. I hope you guys realize that by holding and not selling, we're helping each other. That's like us linking arms and saying, this is where our money goes so we sustain our generational wealth with our families forever. And that's saying, I'm not a trader, but I only sell when I need the money. You're not a trader because you're actually needing the money. You're a trader if you sell it and you don't need to use that money right off the bat. That's called a trader. So what we're doing is like if you were to buy gold, everybody were to take their US dollars and buy gold all at once. That doesn't mean all those that US dollars is disappears, right? Because that means that the dollars don't just disappear. We also just created more wealth though, right? Because those US dollars stay. Gold goes up in price. Like it hits, let's say, $18,000, but we still have the same amount of dollars circulating, and we now have this much more money created. You see how we're inventing money through gold? We're inventing money. We really are. Now, let's say we accept gold at the stores. So then if we accepted gold at the stores, we just created so much more money by all buying gold that everybody's basically kind of rich in a way. So you can kind of see that if we were to do this to XRP, the same thing would happen. The dollars, they would buy with their money, the XRP, and we would be the ones selling it to them, getting currency and everything. And all of a sudden, they have so much of it that at some point you would think that it would end. But would it? You know, because they keep getting their currency. Eventually, they're going to stop wanting their currency and only want XRP. Why would they keep wanting their currency? This is gaining in value, and it's ultimately better. So it's as if we were to all, let's say, put XRP in gold's place as a physical coin, okay? And we were all to take our US dollars and say, this is a mineral, but this mineral can be spent easily at a store because it can weigh the item and then cut it and then give you your little bit left, and then you go and spend it somewhere else. Anyways, so then that goes to $18,000. We still have our dollars in circulation, and we now have, everybody now has a bunch more money. That's creating wealth. And I see that there could potentially be a future where it ends up resulting in massive amounts of old houses being gotten rid of, old cars, everything crap. You look around and there's rundown places, there's grunt towns, there's places where it's just the ghetto. And I feel like they could potentially be trying to get rid of that. Old cars, the ghetto, the terrible town, like places that are just run down, old houses. By finding new money, by buying gold and making it $18,000 and everybody's getting rich. Remember, it's not us, it's them. They can now go around fixing everything. They have power. They have more power than they had before, times where this is what? It goes to $1.40, that's double. If they put $1 billion in right here, that's $2 billion now. So think if it went to $100, $100 billion kind of thing, right? So they're making a lot of power, and they can do a lot with that. And if these are good people, which I would love to think that they're trying to have the world's best interest in mind, then they would do that. Then they would go around and they would fix houses, they would fix things up, and they would do things to make the world a better place because they did find that much new money. And what it would do is it would actually funnel things in the economy to the point where now people are driving nicer cars. Like you see Porsches more, you see Bugattis more, because everything's prices kind of maybe came down, you could say, because the ratio of XRP to purchase something became higher, which means everything became cheaper. Kind of like when I go from the United States to the Philippines with my dollars, everything's cheaper. The same concept is applied to the whole world when you create a new digital currency like that. So now all of a sudden you're going, I can now buy this because I have this much more money. And everybody's saying that, right? And so when I say not everybody can become a millionaire, not everybody can become a millionaire. And not everybody will. But maybe enough people will to where, like, if I became a multi-millionaire, I would go around and I'd help my friends, I'd help my family, I would help everybody that I personally know and am in contact with. I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to help people, because I have people right now that I can help, and I would love to be in a position to help. I know everybody I know that I can help. I know who I can help, but I'm just not in a position to help them. So it just sucks to not be in a position to help somebody when you want to help them. So I would be assuming that these people who do come up will be helping their families, will be fixing things, buying better cars, doing this, pumping the economy. And so if these companies that create the new digital reserve currency pump the economy by buying things, lots and lots of things, and paying people to do things, and getting companies fixing things and making things cheaper on the customer, and they're actually taking a loss. So put it this way, the customer pays $200 for $1,000 worth of labor, and the company that owns that $1,000 worth of labor is actually paying them $800 extra that's actually coming out of their account because they had made so much money they can afford to do that, and you're only having to pay $200. So you're like, you can literally do all this for this much money? Yeah. And they go, why? Well, we found a bunch of money, so we don't necessarily need to charge you like what the price is worth, but we still have to pay our employees. So that 800 and that 200 goes to me, and 800 goes to my employees. So I'm now using this newfound money that duplicated trillions of dollars to benefit the world, to produce a better result in everything, fix things up, make better houses, make better cars. We no longer have those little shitters running around where you're like, who would even buy that car? You ever have that thought where you're like, who would buy that? oh, the bugs, oh man, like there's a few cars you could think of, I know. But to remove stuff like that, we're in an advanced society, right? They're going to advance our society where you could potentially see Teslas everywhere. Everything's autopilot. And it was done by them. Like, it's not going to be us, guys. We have no money here. 70% of Americans have 2,000 or less in their bank account. If we're the greatest country, if our dollar's the reserve currency, we don't have any of the reserve currency in our banks. It's not us, man. It's them. So they're doing this whether we like it or not. But it goes to show that if we're the greatest country, then what about everybody else? Like, then if we're the greatest country and 70% of people have 2,000 or less, then think of everybody else, guys. So they're going to do this to either ramp up the world, which I think they're good people. I don't know, like, it's just so hard to think of because they've been doing all this stuff. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Let me show you this. Let me show you why it's all part of the plan here. Are you ready? We're going to go and we're going to look at something absolutely insane. Okay, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. This is insane. I'm telling you right now, this makes... Are they not? Oh. Right? Okay, watch this, guys. Ready? Here, okay, look at gold's graph. Just suck this in real quick. Okay? And then go ahead and look at this. Bitcoin and gold are identical graphs. Okay? Let's change it from a month to a week. They're identical graphs, guys. If this doesn't tell you that someone is doing something and it's not us, I don't know what else is. Because someone's doing something and it's not us. And get this. This is the history of what? 4 years? This is the history since 1980, guys. That's impossible. You can't have something completely identically copy something in a weekly chart compared to a monthly chart from the 1980s, and it copied it in 4 years. Okay? Either we have companies, institutions, and some goats, whales, controlling this to make it draw that same picture. I don't know why they do that. Maybe for somebody to come across and be like, wow, more assurance to say that, yeah, they are in control right now. They are doing something sketchy. Like, what the heck is going on? So, hey, look, if Bitcoin's graph, listen, if Bitcoin's graph is following gold, or gold is now following Bitcoin, wouldn't Bitcoin be dropping? Wouldn't we see wouldn't gold? We would see gold hit the 13,000? If Bitcoin just dropped to the 40,000, and if we're going to continue this same pattern right here, that means that gold will probably drop within the next... What is it? This is monthly. Year. We're going to go over the course of a year and drop. If it's going to repeat the same, I mean, they're identical, so you'd think. So if we're going to go off that, which would mean something would make the amount of US dollars that you own be worth, or gold be worth less. Okay, my brain is absolutely being stretched right there. So I just showed you guys that literally these graphs are identical. It's actually crazy. So if that's not like enough to be like, there's something fishy going on here, I'm gonna get involved. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna get involved because they know something we don't know. I think I'm gonna end the video at that. Yeah, this is, just right after that other video I made this one. Just a bunch of stuff came to my mind that I missed. So yeah, here's this. I think this is a good stage to end it at. The same graphs here. Nutty, bro, nutty. I'm telling you, I swear I'm the first person to see that gold and Bitcoin are the same graphs. I've not heard a single person on planet Earth. I made a TikTok a while ago. Nobody even cares. It's like, dude, oh, we're so screwed, guys. Like, we could have all invested in Bitcoin if we were all smart. We could have all done smart stuff and, look at smart things, educate ourselves, and not be stupid with our time and our money. But hey, man, it's a learning process along the way. And so, stupid, don't make more stupid. get smarter so you don't make more stupid mistakes, you know? Yeah, I'll leave it at this, guys. All right, that finalizes it. All right, pie head out, boys.